Hi there, it's Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and I want to share with you how an Amazon Alexa can help you be more organized. I have had one of these for many years and it has been so helpful. So if you're not sure how you might use one of these, or if you already have one and you want to know how it can help you be more organized and just streamline your day-to-day life, keep watching. So before I tell you all the amazing things that Alexa can do, let's talk about what you actually need in order to make use of this. The first thing you need is an actual Alexa device. What I have right here in my bedroom is a much older version of the Echo Show, so that's the one that has a little screen. They have several different devices. If you go on Amazon, there's all different types. Some have screens, some don't. They're selling newer and older versions. One of my favorites, besides the Show, is the Dot. It's very tiny. It will fit easily almost anywhere. They're very, very affordable, so I have one in multiple rooms of my home, which I think helps the experience so much. So everything I'm showing you today, you could do on just a Dot. You do not need one of their fancier devices or one of their more expensive devices. Also, it's really not like a phone where after a couple of years, it gets obsolete. They'll push the same software updates to all of them. So there isn't really a good reason why you have to have the latest one. So if you just want to buy the cheapest one that's available, I think that would work fantastic. And if you're not sure, I would just start with the cheapest Echo Dot and go from there. The only other thing you need besides the actual Alexa device is the Alexa app on your phone. That's completely free, and actually you can download it even if you don't have one of these Alexa devices. But to get the most use out of it, you'll definitely want the app on your phone, and that's absolutely all you need. Now, if you so choose, and you get all sorts of smart devices for your home, like plugs, lights, locks, doorbells, cameras, you can do all of those things. But for many, many years, I had zero of those things, and I still made great use of Alexa. Over time, I have a couple of those things, but not a lot, so that is completely optional. Now that we talked about what you need, let's talk about what Alexa can do for you. And I'm just going to share the top 5 ways Alexa streamlines my life. And then Tasha from our team is going to share with you some ways that she uses hers to streamline her life. So number one thing I do with Alexa is the grocery list feature. I know this sounds really simple, but it is a total game changer. Now, first of all, this one right here, I named something different than Alexa. You can change their name so that when I was talking about her, she wouldn't keep interacting with us. So I am gonna show you how this works. Echo, add milk to my shopping list.
Milk added.
That easy. So you're cooking in the kitchen, you're wherever you are, and you see that you're out of something, you just say, add this, and it will add it. And before I had Alexa, I would have to take out my phone and type something in, or I'd have to get out a piece of paper and write it down. And I was often forgetting things, like we'd be out of milk, for example, and I would forget to add it to the list. Now that almost never happens because it is so easy. Also, it has some really, really cool features. Let me show you. Echo, add milk to my shopping list.
You already have milk on your shopping list.
She knows if you already have it on your shopping list, so it keeps you from adding duplicates. You can also add details. I do this a lot if my husband is going to go to the store and I know that I want something really specific. Echo, add Land O'Lakes unsalted butter to my shopping list.
Land O'Lakes unsalted butter added.
So you can be as descriptive as you need to be. And then you might be wondering, okay, that's great. You're gonna add things to your list, but how do you actually get to the list? That is the true beauty of this system. You could bring it up on the actual device at any time, but it lives in that app on your phone. So wherever you are, as long as you have your phone, which for most of us is everywhere, you have your shopping list right there with you. So even if you didn't realize you're going to have a few extra minutes to stop by the store, it's right there. Also, my husband and I both have the app on our phones, and so we always have the latest list. It's automatically syncing up with each other and with Alexa so that we always have the latest. In addition to that, I love how it actually sorts my list for me by section of the store. It is smart enough to know what the items are and know what category they're in. And I'm going to tell you, at first I was a little bit skeptical, like, does it really know? Yes, it really does. It does a fantastic job of putting the items in the right section. And I'm going to tell you, before this, I wasn't that organized to put things in different sections. That is super helpful. As you go, you just tap them to check them off. You can see the things that you've already checked off if you want to know what you commonly add to your list. And there's one more really cool thing that I think a lot of people may not realize. For the most part, I just say add such and such to my list, and I have one main grocery list at all times. But if you go to specific stores, it will create lists for specific stores for you. So let me show you. Echo, add cheddar cheese to my Sam's Club shopping list.
I've added cheddar cheese to Sam's Club.
So I have a list titled Sam's Club, and she added that item specifically to that list. So you can also make store-specific lists if you would like. So we already talked about how great Alexa is at keeping your shopping list for you, but she can also take that to the next level. So when I first got Alexa, I lived in a small town. We weren't very close to any kind of grocery stores. I had 2 small children, so getting to the grocery store wasn't something that happened very often. So Alexa can actually order things from Amazon for you, and they'll just show up at your door very soon. So I love that. So for example, we eat Lar bars on a regular basis, so I want to make sure that I don't run out of those. So if I'm in the pantry and I'm opening a new box and I realize this is my last box, this is what I do. Echo, order Lar bars for me.
One moment. Showing results for Lara bars. The first one is Lara Bar Lemon Bar. It's based on your order history.
Echo, order number 1.
Order placed. Your total is $15.55, including tax, and will be delivered by February 13th.
It's that easy. On Sunday, I will have Lara bars delivered to my house. That's all I had to do. And I don't know if you noticed, she said, this is result 1 based on your history. So she actually knows what you've ordered in the past, and she's going to show that as number 1. So for example, if you want to reorder diapers for your kids and you've ordered diapers on there, she's going to show you the one that you've ordered most recently. So most often you would just say order number 1, or you can also say add to cart. But she'll give you other options as well. And even if you don't have the one with a screen, you can do this all with your voice. You don't really need to see the screen. So it's super handy. It's done. You don't even have to think about it again. The thing I use probably most often on Alexa is the timer feature. So when I'm putting something in the oven and I have a bunch of stuff in my hands, I do not have to press buttons. I just tell her how long I want the timer to be set for. And where this becomes particularly useful is you can name your timers. So if I have one timer for brownies and another timer for pasta, I know what timer it is, and that's super helpful. So Echo, set 30-minute timer for brownies.
Brownies timer, 30 minutes, starting now.
And then I can see at any point how long is left on the timer. And then Echo, set timer for 10 minutes for pasta.
Pasta timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
All right, and then let's say I'm continuing to cook, and then I'm like, well, how long is left for the pasta? Echo, how long is left on my pasta timer?
About 9 minutes and 40 seconds left.
So you can see how useful those timers are, and I use timers for things that are not necessarily even cooking. I mean, use them for yourself. Set a timer for 10 minutes and clean as much as you can, or set a timer for your kids to clean as much as they can, or do their homework for 10 minutes or something like that. So that's a super useful feature, and you don't need it's all built in one, so you don't need any additional timers or items. Alexa can also remind you of whatever you want, and her reminders are pretty sophisticated. So I can say something like, Echo, remind me every weekday at 8 p.m. to fold laundry.
Okay, I'll create a reminder for every weekday at 8 p.m. By the way, when your reminder rings, you can snooze it by saying, remind me again in 15 minutes.
So, as you can see, you can ask Alexa to remind you of anything you'd like. And what I love about it is you can say, remind me like every Tuesday at 6 p.m. to take out the trash. You can say, remind me every day. It's very nice how it recognizes specific times and days or every weekday, things like that. Now, I want to mention one caveat here with Alexa's reminders that you might want to think about. So when she delivers the reminder, it is going to be on the device. So, for example, if I told her to remind me, to take my medicine at 6 p.m., but I'm not at home, I won't hear the reminder. So you're going to want to think through and make sure that you think you're going to be home when she's issuing the reminder, or it's only important if you're at home. So it's not a big deal if you miss it. If it's something where it doesn't matter where I am, I absolutely positively need this reminder, I will definitely put it in my phone instead of using Alexa. One more thing Alexa does that I absolutely love, and this may not seem like such a big deal, but I love it, is she plays white noise. And here's why I like this. Before I had Alexa, I had like a clock and a white noise machine and more devices. Now it's one thing and it will play my white noise, and I love listening to white noise while I sleep. I feel like it just drowns out all the background noise. My kids also have little Echo Dots in their room, and so I took away their white noise machine. They don't need that anymore. They just have that little Echo Dot that plays it. Echo, play white noise. So every time I go to bed, that's what I do. Echo, stop. And the other thing I love is that this is my husband's side of the bed and I sleep on that side. So if I want to turn it on, I don't have to get out of bed, reach across, ask him to turn it on or something like that. I just say, Echo, play it, and she does. So that's one of my favorite features. Now, don't worry, we're not done. Tasha is going to tell you about her favorite things that Echo does to streamline her life.
So Laura had some great ideas of how to use Alexa to get organized, but when she and I compared notes, we actually found out that we do not use Alexa the same way. So I'm going to talk about a couple ways that my husband and I use Alexa in our house to help keep us organized. I'm sure that you've heard all the memes that go, Alexa, do the dishes. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way for that to work yet, but she can make doing the dishes a little bit more fun and easy by playing music. Now, when you're at the sink working on the dishes, a lot of times I have dish gloves on, my hands are wet, they may be dirty. I don't want to have to pull out my phone and start messing with it to pull up music. And so I can simply say, Alexa, play The Arcadian Wild.
The Arcadian Wild from Apple Music.
Alexa, stop. And it's as easy as that to get her to pull up your music. Now, the other thing that I really love is that these Echo Dots that I use, so they're just the little blue orb, sphere, globe thing. These can connect with each other throughout the house. So I can have one in the main living area, I can have one in my office, I can have one in the bedroom. And if I say, Alexa, play classical music everywhere, it's going to sync up with all of those speakers. And so any room that I go into is going to be playing that music for me. So I love that feature, that I can have music all throughout the house. It doesn't have to be blaring from one room. It can just be at a reasonable volume. You walk into the next room and it's still playing. And my other one heard me. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. I had one in the other room. I had muted this one, but the other one heard me. So we all got a little bit of a taste of classical music. If you don't already know, if you have the Echo Dot, there is a little button on the top of it. That's what I've been pushing here. If you push it, Alexa, she won't hear you. So in case you didn't know, you can mute your Alexa so that she doesn't hear you talking. if you happen to be making a video about her and you're gonna say her name a lot. That's really helpful. So that's one feature. If it's red, that means that you just push this button. I think the first time I found that out, I accidentally pushed the button and didn't know. So little tip, that's the button that mutes and unmutes her. Now for this next one, I probably wouldn't go out and buy a whole device just to do this because I know you can do this on your smartphone, but I really do enjoy asking for the time and the weather on my device. It can just be so easy. I'm standing in the closet, picking out what I'm going to wear, and I can simply say, Alexa, what's the weather?
The current weather is 45 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 46 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Hope you have a good Tuesday.
Like I said, probably not something that's going to inspire you to go out and buy one of these devices, but if you have one, definitely start making use of that feature. It has just been super handy to, in passing, get that information really quickly. Now, another really cool thing you can do with Alexa is create routines. You're actually going to need to open up the app in order to do this. So I'm going to show you a recording from my phone screen to show you exactly how to set these up. Like I said, you'll need to go open the app on your phone. Now, my phone is now listening to me for me to say the word of the name of the device. So I'm not going to say it right now, just so my phone doesn't start trying to respond to me while I'm explaining this, but open up this app and then tap on More in the bottom right-hand corner. And then from there, tap on Routines. These are so nifty. This is where you can tell your device to take an action based on a certain catalyst action. I mean, it's just cause and effect, but it's amazing how many different integrations and options there are and how customizable it is. So if you go to featured, you can scroll through some of the preset up routines that you can install. A few that caught my eye are these sunset lights. Now, this is going to require you to have the smart bulbs that will connect with your device, but when the sun goes down, you can have the lights in your house come on. There's also further down, this one I thought was crazy, Soothe Baby. She will hear your baby crying and play lullabies. I mean, it is kind of amazing how much this device can do. There are all sorts of different options that you can do here, but you can use one of these preset ones or click on the plus in the upper right-hand corner and you can make your own routine of whatever you want. So you can name it, and I'm going to call mine Tell Me Something Happy. And then you get to choose what is the catalyst for this routine. So it can be when an alarm goes off, it can be when it detects a sound, it can be based on some device in your smart home or sometime in your schedule, or even you can choose what phrase you say to prompt this reaction. So I could choose the phrase, I feel a bit sad. Then hit next, and now I get to choose what happens. And there are all sorts of options. You can, once again, do something with smart devices, have her reply to you. You can have it make a phone call. You can have it connect to your TV. Music, news, sounds, traffic, weather, all sorts of things. I'm going to choose this good news option right here where you get a good news story. Tap next. And so if I say that phrase, I should be told good news. And I am going to tell it to do it on the device you speak to. So you could set it up to where this only happens on a certain device in your house, or you can have it happen on all of your devices. So I'm going to tap save. It says it may take up to 1 minute for the routines to be ready to use. So we're going to wait just a minute, and then we are going to test this on my device. And if you ever want to see what routines you have set up, you just tap on your routines and it will show you both enabled and disabled routines. All right, I just tested it and it works. This is so cool. You've got to look at this. Alexa, I feel a bit sad.
A San Francisco man decided to make some new friends by offering pancakes. According to the Good News Network, the man described himself as nervous and self-conscious when he put up the flyers, and said he was terrified setting up for it. But the big day came, and 75 people came to visit, with 125 pancakes eaten. And the man says he certainly plans to repeat the event soon.
Obviously, there may be some routines you want to set up that are a tad bit more useful than that, but I just think it is amazing that you can pick whatever phrase you want and you have so many options of what you're setting up when you set these routines. I want to show you one other routine that my husband and I have set up that has been a game changer for me and saved me about $150. One of my favorite ways to use routines with Alexa is to have her turn on my light first thing in the morning when I'm ready to wake up. And actually, you can have her ramp the brightness. So at 5:45 in the morning, my light comes on at the lowest brightness that it can, and then every few moments from there, it will ramp up in brightness until after 30 minutes, it'll eventually be all the way bright. And I love this because I was looking into getting one of those alarm clocks that wakes you up with the sun, but they can be well over $100. But I was able to simulate this exact same effect by simply using my smart device and my smart bulb and creating a routine.
Hopefully that's given you some good ideas on how you might be able to use Alexa to help you be more organized. And if you're interested in using technology to help you get more organized, I think you would love my video on how to use a digital planner, and I will leave that right here and you can just go ahead and watch that.